Today, we're breaking down the current market value of Omega's biggest collection so you know exactly where things stand. Time to get into it. We have to start with the brand's crown jewel, the Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch. This is the watch that cemented Omega's reputation when it went to the moon in 1969, and it remains the single most important model in their catalogue. The retail price today sits at around $6,600 for the Hesselite version and $7,600 for the Sapphire Sandwich. On the secondary market, values are unusually steady for a modern watch, often hovering right around retail, sometimes slightly above if the condition is mint and the set is complete. Unlike hyped Rolex sports models that can swing wildly, the Speedmaster has found a stable groove. Collectors see it not as a quick flip, but as a foundational piece of any serious collection. The value isn't in short-term profit, it's in the timeless cultural cachet of owning the Moonwatch itself. Moving into Omega's most famous diver, the Seamaster Diver 300M. Thanks to James Bond, the Diver 300M has become a household name. Retail pricing sits at about $5,900, and secondary values usually trade slightly under, often in the $5,000 to $5,500 range. Limited editions tied to Bond films, such as the No Time to Die titanium model, regularly buck that trend, trading well above retail because of their collectability and celebrity association. But for the standard lineup, this remains one of the best value Swiss divers on the market. Compare that to Rolex's Submariner, which has a retail price around $9,000, but trades for as much as $14,000 on the grey market, and the Diver 300M looks like a bargain in both accessibility and long-term ownership cost. Next, we have the Seamaster Aqua Terra, Omega's true all-rounder. The Aqua Terra is sporty, elegant, and practical, often described as Omega's answer to Rolex's Datejust. Its teak-patterned dial, inspired by wooden yacht decks, gives it a distinctive and luxurious look. Retail pricing starts around $6,300, and on the secondary market, most trade in the $5,500 to $6,000 range. That means you're not losing much if you buy new, and in some cases, certain configurations, like the green or blue dials, are holding steady at retail or even commanding slight premiums. The Aqua Terra also includes Omega's master chronometer movements, which are resistant to 15,000 Gauss of magnetism, making them some of the most advanced calibers in this segment. Collectors love the Aqua Terra because it wears like a true one-watch collection, suitable for the office, the weekend, and everything in between. Then there's the Seamaster Planet Ocean, the professional diver built for the extremes. Retail pricing lands in the $7,500 to $8,000 range, depending on configuration. On the secondary market, Planet Oceans typically sell for less, anywhere from $6,500 to $7,000. That's because the watch is physically larger and bulkier than the Diver 300M, which limits its appeal for some buyers. But for enthusiasts who love oversized tool watches with serious underwater capability, 600 meters of water resistance and helium escape valves, the Planet Ocean represents one of the strongest values in professional-grade Swiss divers. Limited editions and special models, like the deep black ceramic versions, can push prices higher. But for most, this is a watch where buying pre-owned is the smarter financial play. Finally, for this first half, we have the Omega Constellation. Though it doesn't enjoy the same spotlight as the Speedmaster or Seamaster, the Constellation is one of Omega's longest-running and most historically significant lines, dating back to the early 1950s. The modern Constellation is immediately recognizable by its distinctive claws on the bezel and its integrated bracelet design. Retail prices start around $6,000, but on the secondary market, Constellations often change hands for $4,500 to $5,000. That drop makes it one of the cheapest ways to enter the Omega brand in 2025, while still buying into a model with deep heritage. And here's the kicker. Integrated bracelet designs are trending again, fueled by hype around watches like the Patek Philippe Nautilus and Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. As tastes continue to shift, the Constellation could see values climb, making now an especially good time to buy. So far, in just 5 watches, the Speedmaster Moonwatch, Seamaster Diver 300M, Aqua Terra, Planet Ocean, and Constellation, we're already seeing Omega's diverse pricing reality. Some models stay rock solid near retail, others dip for buyers looking for deals, and a few are poised for long-term growth as tastes evolve. And if you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our weekly watch insights. Shifting to heritage-inspired pieces, the Seamaster 300 is Omega's most faithful tribute to its 1957 original dive watch. Unlike the Diver 300M, which has a modern, high-tech aesthetic, the Seamaster 300 leans into vintage charm with broad arrow hands, sandwich dials, and faux patina lume. Retail pricing sits around $7,200, but on the secondary market, these watches typically sell between $6,200 and $6,800. Collectors appreciate that it offers a slice of Omega's deep history without the premiums attached to other vintage-inspired models from rival brands. It's a strong buy for enthusiasts who want a timeless tool watch with heritage baked in. Next is the Railmaster, a piece that's often overlooked but steeped in history. Part of Omega's original professional trilogy of 1957, the Railmaster was designed to withstand strong magnetic fields, just like Rolex's Milgauss. Today's Railmaster continues that story with anti-magnetic resistance up to 15,000 Gauss thanks to its master chronometer movement. Retail sits at about $5,200, and secondary values hover just under that, usually around $4,500 to $5,000. While it doesn't generate the same buzz as the Speedmaster or Seamaster, its under-the-radar appeal makes it one of the most accessible professional-grade Omegas on the market. Collectors who know the Railmaster often describe it as Omega's hidden gem. From tool watches to elegance, the Ville Trésor is Omega's refined dress offering. Slim, elegant, and often overlooked, the Trésor showcases the brand's ability to compete with traditional, high-end dress watches. Retail prices start around $7,000 to $8,000 for stainless steel versions, but secondary values can be found in the $6,000 to $7,000 range. Precious metal versions climb significantly higher, but are still often more affordable than comparable models from Jaeger-LeCoultre or even entry-level Patek Philippe. For collectors looking for an Omega that pairs with formal attire while still carrying modern horological credentials, the Trésor is a clear contender. Then we have the Globemaster, a watch that quietly holds an important place in Omega's modern history. It was the first watch to achieve master chronometer certification, a standard now rolled out across the catalogue. The Globemaster combines that technical achievement with retro styling, pie-pan dials reminiscent of vintage constellations, and fluted bezels that recall Omega's mid-century design language. Retail sits at about $7,800, while secondary prices often range from $6,500 to $7,200. Though not hyped, the Globemaster's blend of heritage design and certification credibility makes it a model that could see greater appreciation in the years ahead. Many collectors believe it's simply waiting for the spotlight. Finally, we come full circle with another Speedmaster variant, the Speedmaster First Omega in Space, or FOIS. This piece was a tribute to astronaut Wally Schirra's watch, worn during the Mercury Atlas 8 mission in 1962, predating the moon landing. Slightly smaller at 39.7 millimeters, with alpha hands and an applied logo, the FOIS had a distinct vintage charm. Though discontinued, it remains popular on the pre-owned market. Retail before discontinuation was about $6,500, but secondary values now range between $6,800 and $7,500 and are trending upward as collectors realize its importance. It's a perfect example of how certain discontinued Omegas can appreciate steadily while still remaining attainable compared to Rolex's sky-high premiums. So when we look at Omega's catalogue in 2025, the picture is clear. The Speedmaster Moonwatch remains rock solid at retail. The Diver 300M undercuts Rolex's Submariner in value. The Aqua Terra and Planet Ocean balance versatility and utility, while overlooked lines like the Constellation, Railmaster, and Globemaster offer smart entry points for savvy buyers. Discontinued models like the FOIS show steady appreciation, making them strong candidates for collectors looking ahead. In short, Omega offers something rare in luxury watches today: stability, heritage, and genuine value. Whether you're after an iconic moonwatch or a sleeper model waiting to be rediscovered, Omega's 2025 market values prove it's one of the smartest brands to buy right now. And if you've enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our weekly watch insights. Until next time, stay stylish and stay informed.